I think I lost my recording back then. I have 4 hours. I don't know. Yes, last time it was insane. My dog saved my ass, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Ah, fuck my life. I gotta restart my phone more often, bro. Jesus Christ. I lost all my stuff, bro. I lost all my shit last time, bro. I have to farm it up because of dedication. I don't have a. No. Okay, we're gonna collect some resources. All right. There is nothing to do in this world. All right. Damn. Okay. All right. Indeed, because I got fucking out of here, bro. Damn.
But despite my reassurance that there was nothing wrong,
I got a burn in my head this
I
time.
still had to see some somnologist.
Okay, where is my iron golem?
The building looked brand new.
Oh, hello.
Small,
I forgot about the
but to
color.
be freshly painted white.
Alright, you can stay there. I don't care, bro. You can actually get hit, bro. I don't want to report you multiple times, bro. Alright, whatever.
My dad responded, "Doing well. We're here to see Dr. Castian for my son here." He patted me on the shoulder.
Like, good thing it's not arrows, bro. Like, fucking arrows.
Shortly after,
You can fuck my
I was
iron
called
golem
back
for
to see
Jesus
them.
Christ, man.
Welcome, Scott. My name's Dr. Castian.
Hello, hello
I'm glad
there.
to see that you're looking well rested.
You wanna go out?
Dr. Castian said as I walked into his office.
If you go out, bro, I'm gonna kill you, bro.
My name's
Alright.
Scott.
Yeah.
I was never great with social interaction. I mean, hello, Dr. Castian. Nice to meet you.
You're growing up now.
He let out a short chuckle. It's all right. Please, have a seat. He gestured to a chair, sitting across from his desk. Now, I'd like to ask you a few questions before we get started. I already talked to your parents, but I'd like to get your version of everything as well. Before I prescribe you any medication, you know, that is. He had that wise old man feel about him, but only looked to be about in his mid-30s or so. When did this all start? He asked when I finally sat down. About maybe 2.5
I'll probably
years
use
ago,
that
I
to
think.
the nether.
We
Like,
finally settled down, and my
wearing
parents
boots right now? No,
figured
fuck
it
man.
was just sleepwalking or something.
Damn.
I said with a hint of nervousness. Have you noticed a lessening of symptoms since you had settled down? Any new symptoms,
Sharpness.
perhaps? He asked inquisitively. No, not
Okay, we got sharpness, boys.
It just all feels real
yeah.
in the moment.
So we need to collect some wood.
Things that don't quite make sense.
Oh my god,
And
bro.
yeah,
I'm out of
your parents,
stuff.
but it is
I could
uncommon.
kill this cow. But
In the case that you're having a lucid dream,
you have a lot of cows here, so yeah.
this potential condition could make
Can
your
we get
dreams
some
feel that
stuff
much
here,
more
right?
real.
I'm
Find
sorry.
yourself questioning reality.
I'm sorry. Right?
He was
You got
taking
2
this
cows here, man. I
conversation
don't
in a
care.
weird direction, but
And there's another
he was
cow.
a doctor.
Perfect.
Well, the dreams do feel
Oh, I
real.
feel like my instincts come here, boy.
I'm meditating
Get ahead.
with my eyes open.
Damn.
He wrote something down on a notepad. What type of things do you see? This would be very interesting.
Dude, I needed another secondary shit, man.
Creatures that I can't
I have
find
8.
anywhere online. Impossible
Perfect.
entities I can't describe. He jotted something else
Of
down.
course.
Well, from what I'm gathering from you and your parents, I believe this should be a rather simple fix. I'm going to prescribe you some melatonin at a strength of 10 milligrams.
No, I know no one's mom's gonna come here, so yeah.
Based on the severity of your case, I believe that you won't be harmed. Talk to your
I'll
parents
hit you a
if symptoms
pickaxe, bro.
persist.
Okay.
Nothing changed. Have a great day, Scott.
Alright, there's no creeper, bro. I gotta stay away from that shit, man.
My parents in as I walked out the door. The medicine only really seemed to affect my movement. I wouldn't sleepwalk anymore, however, that just meant
Wait, I gotta get my dog first, man.
come closer.
I get my dog in me,
I
man.
never touched him or
Alright.
anything, so
You stand here. Come here.
there was the best solution.
You have the
And that was,
same.
of course, until recently. I never stopped seeing those things. And in fact, as I grew older, I could see more of them. They also drew closer
what?
every night.
No, come here.
It wasn't significant
No,
enough to notice at first, but eventually.
I need some cow shit,
began
man. I
touching
fucking
my
cow shit, bro.
lungs,
Yes,
my
indeed.
legs, and my sleep.
Alright,
Feeling
you
very
over sit
surreal,
over
something
here. I don't know which one is
never
your
meant to be felt.
guard dog or
As the
you sit over here
cosmos
and
itself turned
guard
into
the
a
baby.
living organism.
And you,
Since it started, I had been
you're going
waking up
to,
more exhausted.
you're going
I
to
felt
fix the
there had
cows,
to be a
man. Oh
correlation,
yeah.
so I did the only thing I could think of. I decided to go see a somnologist.
Hit you with my pickaxe.
I had been seeing this one for the
My
past 2 years.
pickaxe. Go kill it, boy.
The building was a bit larger than the one I
Come on,
went
go
to as a
kill it.
child. It was painted
Are you
brown,
serious?
had a much more open lounge room.
Hit,
Comfortable
hit,
brown leather chairs.
hit this guy, bro. Hit this guy, bro.
Scott,
Hit him.
heard the receptionist say. You're back
Damn it.
earlier than expected. I hope everything's going
Damn
well.
it, I lost that guy, bro.
I think she noticed my
I
bags.
lost him.
Did didn't want to say
No,
anything.
fuck it, man. I hit you with a
Yeah,
pickaxe.
I feel like $1 million, I responded drowsily.
Okay.
Is Dr. Kent ready to see me? Yeah. You know where to go, she said before
Okay.
going back to something on her computer.
Yeah, 10 one more. Oh, fuck, man.
Hey, it's me. I try to sound as cheerful as possible to mask the exhaustion. Scott, please take a seat. He generously had a cheerful expression, but he sounded a bit more serious today. So you've been having trouble sleeping. He gestured to my face, which I took this
Oh, you're the one.
putting out the bags.
You're the one.
Yeah, but,
I killed the motherfucking wrong cow
I'm
here.
not quite sure how to describe
Damn
what's
it.
been going on. So generally, my sleep is like,
You tricked me for the last time, bro. I just hit a random cow.
you know how it goes.
You tricked me for the last time.
The figures have been
Do you have any cows left, bro? Like, I have this cow right
my
here.
arms and legs.
Let's
Sometimes
see how many cows do I have?
rubbing
Come
just
Come
over
here,
my
boy.
heart as well.
Yeah, one
I
cow
know it's
left,
just a
bro.
dream, but the feeling is
This
so
one
real.
here. Shit.
Please elaborate. He sounded more serious.
No.
I couldn't tell if he thought I was
Are you
crazy.
kidding me, boy?
He was just trying to figure out what was happening. Well,
Oh my god, I hate my space bar.
maybe not real so much as
Come on.
unreal.
Can you move?
Like
Or I
the
can.
feeling feels real, but the sensation is indescribable. Also, I pulled up my long sleeve shirt. In my dream, one of them scraped the fingernail.
No,
off
this
my
could be the
forearm,
last one. Alright, you're gonna die.
and I can see it.
You're gonna die.
I got closer to show him.
Please.
Have you gotten any animals as of late?
I hit something, bro.
No, just my goldfish.
Oh.
There was a pause. Doc, I'm not
What
saying
you doing, bro?
that I think
Just
they're
do it,
real,
bro.
but
This pig is trying to
is
save
there
this guy.
any reason this could happen? I mean, maybe a reaction to the meds?
You don't want to?
Anything? No. Not a reaction
I'm
to
stuck.
the meds.
Wait.
It may be that you're building a tolerance to them so you're not able to move in your sleep again. Then your brain's coming up with
Okay,
reasons
I'm wasting my
sensations
cows
you
at
feel
this
in your
point,
sleep.
bro.
I can up your dosage if you believe that'll help, but you're already pushing it.
Do you have 2 cows left? Like, oh my god, bro, I waste all my cows, boy.
It might, I guess.
Wait, how many cows do I have?
I wasn't entirely sure of
How many
my
cows do I
response,
have?
but I had to try something.
Do I have to get more cows? I have a
approached
few
Vega right
cows
for
left,
bed.
bro.
I took what he had ended up
I'm a
recommending,
dumbass boy.
just under what caused me permanent damage.
Damn it, I have to hunt my cows.
As I slept, I saw them again. They were more than I had ever seen.
I can
All
craft
poking and prodding at me.
2 bookshelves, bro.
At one point, one of the things that appeared to be an old woman grabbed my arm
Okay.
and began moving my fingers like she was inspecting them.
Okay, we gotta find some cows.
It
Okay.
felt like my adrenaline was pumping. I felt exhausted. My anxiety peaked when one of them, that I can't describe, stuck their head into my arm. I lost all feeling in it until I woke up. I was drained.
Okay.
Physically as well as something else I can't quite explain. Spiritually? I decided to do some research to see if anyone else had any similar experiences. Considering my arm was still a little numb, I wanted to get any and all answers I could. It eventually led to some forums about paranormal experiences. Someone's retelling of their recurring sleep paralysis episodes that eventually started affecting them in real life had a lot of attention. It was like scratches that they couldn't have caused on their own, as well as some unexplainable bruises. Some people were talking about their personal experiences. One in particular caught my eye. Yeah, I have similar experiences. My doctor prescribed me some medication, but it just made them worse. The comment was a few months old, but I decided to try and get in contact with them. I first tried just replying to their comments. But after a few hours, I decided I should take more direct measures. I found their email through some questionable means and sent them one. It mostly was just a few questions about if they had found a way to deal with the dreams, if they found a solution through therapy.
Oh my god, bro.
That.
Okay,
It was about 8 hours later.
we got one, boys.
Just as I was getting ready for bed when I found a response.
You're gonna make it a
I was
humble.
expecting.
It's a new breed of dog.
Someone had responded
Okay,
to my
there's more
comment.
dogs, right?
Hey,
Can you go here?
just thought you might want to know.
Can you come here?
I did some digging. and
Yes.
apparently This guy was sent
Good thing I
to a
bring this one.
mental institution recently.
Holy shit.
A few days ago, he was found dead. They labeled it as a heart attack in his sleep.
Alright.
Hope you
We got
forget
one
whatever
dog.
you need to, my guy.
Amazing. Actually, we're getting more dogs, man. I don't know.
That was it.
The Dogs.
Just some stranger telling me the
But
guy
I want
died.
kind of breed kind of dogs, man.
Sure,
Oh
it
yeah.
was sad, but it
We got 2
wasn't
dogs,
helpful
man.
at all. That's what I thought
Amazing.
at first anyway, but the longer I dwelled on it, the more
I do have a gray one, actually. Not lie.
it made
Yeah.
sense to me.
I'm gonna
He was on
shoot
medication for
here.
some sort of sleep disorder because of whatever he saw in his
Okay.
sleep. He was
I'm gonna
eventually
use one
sent to a
pickaxe.
mental
One
institution and then
pickaxe.
and
Good.
died in his sleep of a heart attack. Whatever the guy had must have been similar to what I got. I mean, the scratches, the bruises, weird visions in his sleep. I began to worry that I may have something similar happen to me. I responded to the stranger. Hey, do you know anyone I might be able to talk to? What he's talking about feels awfully familiar, and I could use some help.
Take a seat to the. Oh my god. David.
Unfortunately,
Damn it.
they never responded. So instead of taking my usual medications, I decided to do something I hadn't since I was a child. Rather, I decided to not do something. I didn't take my medication. Took
No,
a
let's
little
not waste this one. Come here.
but eventually
Get to kill it.
came to me. The things were much
I
more.
feel like this guy is so good at killing dogs,
my
man.
entire body down, while others gathered
Like this
around.
guy jumps a lot, bro.
No matter
Like
what I
fuck it,
tried,
man. They
the
have
sensation
different
of their
mechanics.
hands going into different limbs
Yeah.
prevented any movement whatsoever.
How many? I want to find cows, bro. At this point,
Agonizingly long.
I'm not fighting any cows.
Then
You
I
see any
felt
cows
that's
here?
what
No,
I would
this
call
game,
it.
man.
So they're poking and prodding with my
I'm not
teeth.
fighting any goddamn cows,
Even
boy.
a few bloodstains I noticed as
Any
I
fight of
stumbled out
cows,
bed.
boy. You don't escape from me. Don't escape from me.
The numbness was.
I'm getting
that's not what I went
cows
to.
in this one, bro.
So I called in sick for work. I had to get everything situated. I couldn't go to sleep.
I'm not
I
getting
wanted to
cows,
keep
boys.
whatever was
I'm not
happening
getting
happen.
cows, man. I'm not getting
I
cows,
continued
man.
to do some research and found a few
I
pages
don't
that
like to
claimed
get cows,
things like
man.
keeping a crystal beside
See
you
if we
as
have
you slept,
something.
typically some form of quartz.
Like we're getting
Burning
foods here, I don't
sage
know.
in the house would keep spirits away. And, well, I'm not certain that's what they were. I wanted to
Alright.
see if I could potentially do anything that could stop these
Are you
things
fast?
from touching. So I went to a pawn
You're
shop that I
slow,
knew I
bro.
had seen some
Like this
quartz
different
at.
guy me.
Bought some. Then next I went to a gardening shop and picked
What?
up sage, a big bundle of it. Of course, I'd also picked up some salt.
Okay, I do
It
own
might
this
have just been a
horse
bunch of hogwash, right? But
in the stream.
I wanted to take every possible precaution, so I had to pick up salt. That night,
I was planning to get a
I had a
chicken,
necklace
but
with a cross, a
Oh,
piece of
okay.
quartz to hold in my hand as I slept. I burned an entire bundle of sage, and I left
yes,
a little,
for
a little
soon,
burning
bro.
in an
Soon we
ashtray
get a
next to my
chicken,
bed.
bro. Like
Then
I need some
put a
arrows,
salt
bro. Like
circle
fucking chicken.
where I could around my bed.
Like
So
chicken.
I was prepared.
I lost all my arrows, bro.
Never get near me.
Please let you know, bro. I lost all my shit.
That's what I thought.
Dude, arrows are so useful. Anyway.
Where was I wrong?
Where's your dog, man? There it is.
For the first few hours or so,
Fuck,
they did
man. I have
actually-
no cows at all, boy.
I was able to sit up on account of the fact that I
Hey,
had
I'm not
taken
murdering
any
my
of
own town,
meds
bro.
in the past 2
Yeah,
days.
boy.
But I didn't dare move out of the salt circles. I couldn't actually tell what was holding them back. But if it was the salt,
Okay, this guy's a good attacker. Like this guy's good. You're a shitty attacker.
turning my head to look at all the figures
Yeah.
standing around me. By my count,
You shit attacks, bro.
it was probably around
Alright, Chumley.
15, but I couldn't be certain. They were all just standing just
Alright,
out of the
there
reach
you
of
go.
my bed.
I'm gonna die. You're out.
It was
There.
until one of them that I could feel the power of began walking to the front of the group. Somehow
Okay,
I
I've
could
been
tell
searching a
she
lot of
was
cows,
stronger
but there's
than
no
the rest,
cows, bro.
as if I could subconsciously sense its
Like,
aura
I have
and my
few
brain
cows
was
left, bro.
telling
I
me
don't
to
have
run
shit,
away.
man. Jesus Christ, man.
A barrier,
Oh my god,
a
man.
weak barrier like this.
Oh no,
cannot
man.
hold
We're
me
getting
back.
cows, Roy.
It was the first time
We're
I
getting
heard one of them
cows,
speak.
Roy.
Its voice was deep and
Yeah,
rapid,
we're gonna use our
with a
hunting
accent,
horse. Yeah.
like a war
Yeah,
veteran
I can
seeing
use our
their
hunting
fair
horse
share
now.
of death. There's like a pack a day to
Hunting
deal with it.
horse. Well, this is not hunting horse, guys.
Simply
This one's a hunting horse.
to me,
Can you come here?
everything will be over with. You'll not have to deal with any more of us. Just then it grabbed my heart. The pain was
Can I see you can
immeasurable,
spawn
like
some
talons
snowy mountains?
stabbing
Like,
straight into my heart. 1, 2.
Can you spawn snowy
My heart
mountains,
was
guys?
still beating, but much slower than
No.
normal.
No?
Just give in. Your body
Like, they can spawn snowy shit, man. Alright. That's
It
neat.
sounded nervous, like it wasn't sure if what it was doing was right. 1,
Come here.
2, 3, still beating. Why? Was all I could manage to get out. The reasoning is beyond you, boy. Now give it up. He screamed that last part in desperation. I suddenly remembered the crystal I had been holding onto in my hand, and I stabbed the thing in the arm with it. What happened appeared to be the crystal absorbing some of the energy from the thing's arm. It jolted its arm back and suddenly dissipated into nothing, and without saying a word, the other things followed its lead.
Storage place.
Something I hadn't seen.
Yeah, we're not going to the ice right now. My dog's got a drum.
So long.
I don't know, douching in.
When I awoke, I had a slight
We can get some
pain in my
fish,
heart.
alright?
But aside from some mild irritation, it appeared to be fine. I scheduled an appointment for an MRI and I went to work.
We can get some fish. We can get some shit.
I rarely see
Okay, I gotta replace that in cobblestone, bro. It's ugly. I don't know why. Damn.
but from time to time,
Okay, what's the best mount that's here? Make see some. Yeah, I seen some cold irons there.
in day-to-day life, I occasionally
Don't fall into the lava.
catch a
Alright,
glimpse
you'll be a
of something
dumbass.
out of the corner of my eye.
Alright, I'm gonna use my remaining iron to
No matter
mine.
how
Because,
much I try
okay, I'm not doing
to
shit right
focus
now.
on it,
Yeah. I'm my bed. I have my bed right now. I have my bed. I have my bed. I don't need some bed. I have my bed right now. I can sleep now.
On November 24th,
Oh, okay. You got a
2005,
nice.
there was a disturbing occurrence at Disneyland. It was an average day at the Wonderful Amusement Park.
Yeah, of course.
Families were scattered throughout the park. The excited squeals of children rang out over the crowds, and Disney mascots wandered around and posed for photos.
Alright then.
Suddenly, the magic of Disneyland was shattered. There's a frantic call rang out from the crowd. James? Where are you, James? James? A mother was running around Main Street calling for her son. Other mothers pulled their children closer to them as the woman ran, their voice quickly growing from panic to horrible desperation. Tears began to roll down her face. Park security showed up and looked around. An announcement was made over the intercom to look for James, with the description of what he was wearing. The boy wasn't found, and nobody volunteered any information.
Okay, in the snowy pile of biomes, like, you can mine.
But something
Oh, okay.
else
You
happened.
can get some.
Ronnie?
This waste of shit. I don't care, bro.
Ronnie, where are you? Where's
Yeah,
Ronnie?
it's this waste of shit, man.
Horrible
I don't
scenario
know.
all over again. A mother ran around
Right.
shouting for her son, asking people if they had seen him. She ran around with the boy's father,
Oh, God.
chasing after her, begging her to calm down and trying to reassure her by telling her that they would find
Okay.
him. Another announcement was made for Ronnie. Nobody came forward with any information.
I got a horse, boy.
After two kids had gone missing on the
Yes,
same day,
indeed.
something had to be
Last
done.
time I seen a snowy shit
Security
here.
in the park was tightened.
Let me see
Placing security guards near
snowy
almost every attraction in
snowy
the park.
dog.
Footage from surveillance cameras was reviewed.
Oh my god, I don't want to pick that up,
Wearing
bro.
sunglasses. Mickey Mouse walking around with a few kids. There was a security guard who reported that one kid had told him that he had seen Ronnie. The guard said that he was studying outside of one of the rides when a little boy walked up to him. The boy looked to be no more than 6 or 7 years old. I know what happened to the boy, he told the guard. You do? The security guard didn't know what to think. The boy probably hadn't seen anything important, but it would probably be worth a listen. The boy nodded. I saw Ronnie. He was with Mickey Mouse, but Mickey was being mean to him. Mickey took Ronnie. Mickey, the guard said. He was confused. How could a child think that Mickey Mouse was taking kids? The guard just assumed it was a kidnapper or something and knew that the kids would be found. Where did Mickey Mouse come into this? Yeah, Mickey ate Ronnie. He ate the other boy too. The guard was...
I know my coordinates, but
He was still trying to think of...
I think my
what
coordinates
his
is
parents were doing.
positive, but I
They
don't
pulled
know.
their child away, scolding him to be
It
careful
has
in
to be a
the park,
small negative.
and thanking the
Listen,
security
listen.
guard for finding their son.
Small positive.
As
Yeah,
fast as
small.
the boy had appeared, he was gone. The security guard knew that he shouldn't have been too bothered about what the kid had said. Yet, he couldn't seem to push the thought of it out of his mind. The security guard waited till his shift was over, but instead of leaving, he went to the security room where a bunch of monitors displayed videos from the security cameras. He asked the people working there to review the footage and look for a Mickey Mouse around the time that James had gone missing. The tapes were rewound, and scenes from earlier that day would be played on the monitors. The guard's eyes darted from one screen to the next until he finally noticed something. He told the men to pause the video. Everybody in the room focused on a monitor, even though there wasn't much to see. Mickey Mouse and a small child were walking toward a maintenance room door in what seemed to be Tomorrowland, near Space Mountain. The child seemed confused, maybe a little scared. The guard decided to check it out before he went home. He couldn't forget that one boy's solemn expression, or what he had said about Mickey Mouse. Just in case something happened, he took his radio and keys. The guard walked over to Tomorrowland and found himself by Space Mountain.
I don't see any cows here, boys. See any cows? I don't want a cow, boy. I want a one cow. That's it, boy.
He pushed the trash cans to the side and tried to open the door only to find it was locked. The guard pulled out his keys and tried to find one to open it.
I've been exploring a lot, bro. Yeah.
Inside, it turned out the maintenance room led to an old maintenance tunnel. The lights were off. The guard tried the light switch next to the door, but the room remained in darkness. The vague echo of a rat scampering across the room was heard. The guard could not see it. He hadn't thought to bring his flashlight.
Yep, I got it marked out right in case I got lost.
His hand flew up to his nose. God, is that horrible smell? He hoped the smell didn't get out so the guests could smell it. The guard assumed the maintenance tunnels went under Space Mountain. In front of him was a dark, inky blackness. He squinted and had to hope for his eyes to adjust to the dark. For now, though, he could make out vague silhouettes and shapes.
You gotta leave it alone, boy. Like, if you stare at that, it's like an Enderman. Why? Oh, shit. Damn, we hit a jackpot here.
The guard suddenly stopped
Holy
walking
shit.
away from the brick wall. He assumed he had just
Alright.
come to a turn.
Oh, shit.
Looked left. Saw nothing. He looked right.
Yeah, I think most wolves are spawned here.
Flickering light. He decided to go towards the light. He kept his hand on the wall so he wouldn't get lost. The smell seemed to be growing. The smell seemed to be growing worse. After a short walk,
I can go for a pig.
Actually
Alright,
coming from a small crack underneath a metal
I
door.
can go for a pig.
The door was rusted and bent, and the guard knew that it wouldn't take much to rip it from its hinges. The
Yeah.
security guard
Pig.
found the doorknob.
What the fuck, man? What the hell is this?
The door squeaked as it came.
Okay, I seen something here. Look at this.
Explode out of the room, eager to get
Holy
out.
shit, a mud
The
pig?
guard tried not to violently puke at the terrible
This
aroma.
guy's hiding from me. I don't lie. You don't hide from me. You don't hide for the wolves.
When they finally did, the guard gasped in horror.
Okay, go there.
Children,
Wait for me, guys. Wait
all the ones that had gone missing in the park over the last couple of years.
for me, guys.
He recognized Sean.
Damn it. Wait.
He recognized James and Ronnie.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the other side, bro.
Lying
Let's
around
go.
with the other ones. They'd been
What?
watching the ground.
I'm stuck here again, boy.
Children,
Damn it.
They were dead.
Not again, please. God damn.
Step back.
Where's my pig?
Some
There
of
it
the
is.
kids had arms and legs missing. Each one had their eyes removed, leaving
Where is my
holes
son,
in their
bitch?
faces instead.
I don't see any
Big
cows,
slices were
do you?
over some of the bodies.
Do you see any cows,
Some
boys?
skin with claws that got to them.
No.
Something in the room moved. The guard tore his eyes
You
away
don't
from
see
the
any
children on the
cows?
floor and saw the most unrealistic thing
See
staring
any
at him.
cows here?
Giant Mickey Mouse stood in the room, observing the guard with wide eyes. Something was inside a Mickey costume. Everything came together in the guard's mind. It'd be easy for Mickey Mouse to go to the kids and not to draw any attention, but now that the same Mickey Mouse was staring at him. They had a silent staring contest for a few quiet moments, but then the costume's arms came up to point at the guard. The thick screech came from inside the mascot's head, and the mouse moved towards the guard. The security guard turned and ran for his life. The heavy footballs of the costume behind him alerting him to the fact that the mouse was chasing him down the long, dark tunnel. The guard ran faster than he'd ever run before, just knowing that death was directly behind him, and close enough to stab him with its claws, close enough to wrap its arms around him and drag him back to
A village? Okay, we found a village here. Another village.
Stop running.
Alright, we gotta loot this place up, boys.
The sunlight felt warm and reassuring to him, but when he looked back,
You found a village.
That the sunlight had stopped the thing.
I better not use my fucking punch bow, bro. Like, I'm friendly.
That was
A cow?
to protect itself.
A motherfucking cow? Are you serious? I'll probably just let it here. I don't know. Okay, no.
The security guard reached back inside the maintenance room.
Unless you don't escape.
He could slam the door shut and make sure the thing didn't get out. He expected to feel Mickey's hand seize.
You know, I don't want you escaping, bro. Like, fuck it.
But nothing ever happened.
Yep.
The guard slammed the door shut. Sighed deeply. Safe. The guard ran halfway across the park back to the security room. He told the other security guards that he had found something in the maintenance room. Told them to follow him and take their guns, which were only to be used in a dire emergency. When asked to explain, he said he found the kids before he turned and began hurrying back to the maintenance tunnel. A large group of guards entered the tunnel and found the kids, scattered on the cold concrete floor. A blood-covered Mickey Mouse costume also lay on the ground in the room, right next to all those kids.
We got an emerald. Alright, we got our stuff. Okay.
The guard was the only
Okay,
one
I think my
back
big
in the
potato wants to be here, actually.
The others were still looking at the kids.
A bread.
He was
We got
able
bread,
to see the
boys.
small pair of dark eyes in the
Yes,
tunnel
indeed. We got a bread.
once before vanishing into the darkness.
Can we move? I'm not gonna attack you. Alright. Just gonna.
He turned back towards
We got a
the room,
bread
saw blood
here.
smeared over the walls.
And another
The other guards were
pouch.
silent, all eyes
Nice.
fixated on it. It had been used to spell out a simple
We found another pouch here. And a cauldron.
Still among them. The maintenance tunnel was destroyed. The door buried behind a concrete wall. Space Mountain was
But
closed
I never
for
craft
2
this
days.
again, bro.
Both
Like,
searched and a
maybe you're
security
homeless.
guard quit. To this day, children still squeal in excitement and they hurry over when they see Mickey Mouse. Photo albums are being filled with pictures of the iconic mouse, and nobody ever knows for sure who's under the costume. Or what's under it. For weeks, we've been watching her. Usually while sipping a latte from the cafe window across the street from the park. She wasn't the only...
Okay, there's two villagers right now. There's
But she'd
Steve.
been the most reliable, the most vulnerable. And those were traits that he always looked for in his targets. He had done his homework, and there were other boxes checked off too. Name, Maria Hernandez. Ethnic, generic, forgettable. Age, 7. Eyes, brown. Skin, brown. Hair color, black. She wouldn't garner nearly as much media attention as a little redhead named O'Malley, or blue-eyed...
I think I have a lot of mutton.
princess from the suburbs. Her parents were divorced, and from what he had managed to dig up, her father was pretty much absent from her life at this point, though he did live in the same city. Her mother worked till 8 and was barely making ends meet. From after school until dinner, she was the responsibility of her teenage sister, who, from what he could tell, seemed more preoccupied watching the screen of her phone during their bi-weekly visits to the park than her younger sibling. It had all been so easy.
Okay, that's how you make villagers? I'm so stupid. So dumb, man. Like, you need a fucking crop shit here? You need a crop shit, man? Like, oh my. Damn, I'm so stupid, bro. Like, fuck this game, man.
But they only emboldened him. The older kids had been too caught up in trivial teenage drama to notice him slip out of the coffee shop.
Oh my god, I'm so stupid. My main village is Dogwater, bro.
It didn't take much to convince her to hold
Oh my
his hand.
god.
Kind smile. Cheery voice. A little Spanglish. Hola, Maria.
Dude, I'm so jealous, man.
I'm a friend of your mother's. She asked me to take you home for her.
Okay, I'm getting a free crafting
They
table.
were cruising down
Free
the
crafting
highway
table here.
in his car before her sister even noticed she was gone.
Like, I had a
All
need
that
for a
he had
crafting
before
table,
she
boy.
was reported missing.
Damn.
A few hours, he estimated. The sister
Oh my
would
god, I'm
probably
so
waste
stupid,
time
bruh.
Searching every nook and cranny of that park first. Might even wait for her mom to come home from work before she told her about what happened. The father would buy him even more time. He'd be the first person the police would check with, and it might take days to track him down. Deadbeat dads can be pretty crafty when it comes to ducking the cops, especially when they go years not paying child support. The sun was beginning to set by the time they got to his RV. He had it packed in a private lot across the street from a convenience store.
You can have one, actually. Actually, you could get one, I don't know. Like, you only need is a fucking... Take this one.
It was sleek and modern, good condition, and capable of picking up.
You can be a fucking anything, bro. You can be a food source. You can be a food source, guys.
Summer road trips. Only once had he been forced to hitch his car up to the RV and make a run for it. But even then, it was due to his cautious nature. A long time ago in a city on the other side.
Like, I wanted some wolves, bro. I don't know.
He had made the mistake of setting up shop
There's some
in an
cats
area
here.
full
There's
of
some
noses and nellies.
beep
They rubbed him
boops.
the wrong way. He'd forced himself to abandon the mission even though he'd been jonesing pretty badly. A disaster he'd been careful not to repeat.
Actually, to make villagers,
Nobody
actually,
would ask
just,
questions here, though.
I don't know,
Street
infinite
walkers
water
and riffraff
source.
that slither through those streets at
Isn't
night
it
had no
Minecraft?
interest in who you were or what you were doing in their neighborhood, so long as you kept your
Okay.
own. How long had it been
Indeed.
since the dog
We got a new dog breed, but
meticulous deliberation
I don't know.
necessary precaution.
I think it's the same dog breed as the snowy one.
They asked to get what they needed.
Like, there's a white wolf, bro. Like, last time was a
That would
white
be a death
wolf.
sentence for someone like him.
Like, huh?
He knew if he gave in to his cravings too
Huh?
often,
Well, it's the same wolf, bro. It's the same wolf. I just freaking picked. I don't know.
it was best to suppress his
Yes,
urges and
indeed.
bounce around from town to town.
Alright, we got a new wolf,
Small
boys.
of a footprint as possible,
Damn,
even
boy.
if it meant waiting years between girls. Those dry spells have been getting longer as of late. There were more ways to get noticed now than in the good old days. And the longer he waited, the harder it became for him to think straight. On the outside, he projected a cool, pleasant demeanor. But inside, he burned with an almost insatiable yearning to
Did I
act.
forgot my horse, guys?
Even closer than ever.
Darn it. Okay, so we forgot. I forgot my horse. I forgot my horse. Damn. Okay, I forgot my horse, bro. This
Just a
game,
day
bro.
ago, it had taken all his willpower not to snatch a
I
young
forgot
girl
my
from
horse,
the
bro.
market
Like,
poppies
fucking
when her
man.
mother ran in to grab a cup
Damn.
of coffee. None of that mattered anymore, though. Maria was in his possession now. She was sitting on the couch inside his RV, and in just a few short moments, his needs would be met. And he'd finally feel the release that he'd been building inside of him for so long. She was a pretty young lady.
Dude, I forgot my horse.
In the safety of his
Damn
own
it. Okay.
sanctuary, he could
I think my main
appreciate
village
the
just
word
sucks, man.
catching
Anyway.
stares from nearby adults.
Dude, I forgot my
He couldn't let
horse.
his eyes linger too long.
Dang it. Alright,
He still had work to do. In just a minute, Maria, he said. His tone felt apathetic and friendly. I had to pick something up first. We'll go see your mommy in a little bit, but in the meantime, why don't you see what's on? The television was hooked up to a satellite on the roof of the RV and had far more stations than needed. He turned it on and began flipping aimlessly through the channels while the little girl stared solemn and quiet.
No, I need some shit, man. I'm sorry. I need some. Yep.
A familiar face on the screen brought him a surprise.
I got two, so it's fine, bro.
For a brief
Mission
second,
accomplished.
He had seen a ghost. One that he hadn't thought of since he was Maria's age. A trick of the light or something his anxious mind had conjured up to mess with his nerves. He flipped back a couple of channels and realized there had been neither of those things. The ghost had been real. An old TV show he had watched every day after school when he was a kid. It was called Billy Smiley's Cul-de-Sac. Now he was looking at the show's star, the one and only Billy Smiley, front and center on his television for the first time in almost 40 years. A wave of memories washed over him as he watched the bald man in a yellow cardigan with horn-rimmed glasses strum his guitar in front of an audience of a dozen furry purple puppets. The show had been the lone bright spot in his life when he was a child. His escape from the troubles he faced in school and at home. Oh, Billy had been a band-aid back
Whoa!
in the day.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, bro. Okay, oh, you chill, bro. Oh, you chill. Okay, okay, you chill, bro. I'm not fighting you, bro. Damn. Damn, my horse got two hearts, bro. What the hell? Look at him have armor, bro. Jesus Christ.
Yes, Maria with a smile.
This is not my battle horse, alright? The fuck up, man.
Of course she hadn't.
There's another village, right? Damn, man.
It wasn't as
Damn.
popular as the other other shows on the kids program.
Okay, okay. We gotta meet the breeding villagers, bro.
No
Okay.
syndication at all. He placed the remote down at the end table,
Oh my God.
beside the couch. Well, why don't you give it a watch? I'm gonna run and grab something out the back real quick. And
I do need a half a bread, bro. I don't care.
this thing off the closet in the back of the RV.
There's some cows, bro. What the hell? Did my dog die?
The voice of Billy and the
Oh,
puppets
right.
ringing
I
out
know,
through the
right.
speakers as he dug for the
This
toolbox
isn't
to
cows.
continue to follow its secret compartments. His fingers were shaking. He was beginning to sweat. His nerves were a mess. But he was almost home free, so long as the little girl didn't mess things up for him. And all he had to do was keep her comfortable for a little while longer. He shot a look over his shoulder to check that Maria was still sitting on the couch. She hadn't moved. He let out a deep exhale.
We're home. All right,
She wasn't going anywhere.
we're home, guys.
Billy
We got a new breed, guys. We got a new
had a
squad.
hypnotic hold over the
Yeah.
little girl, and he marveled at how kid shows, even old ones, could still capture a child's attention so completely. Now remember, kids, even if an adult seems nice, said the gentle bald man on the TV, you should never get in a car with them unless you know who they are. One of the puppets, with beady black eyes and a bulbous blue nose, jumped up and started waving its paw. Mr. Smiley, what if Groupie is really, really hungry and the adult has candy? No, not even then, Billy said, with a wave of his finger. Sometimes bad people pretend to be nice in order to get closer to you. If a stranger offers you candy and tells you to get in their car, find an adult that you know and trust, like a teacher or a neighbor or a policeman, like Officer Blinker, and tell them what happened. The puppets all nodded their heads in agreement. What are the odds?
Okay.
Chuckled to himself.
Okay, I have something here. I have something.
Episodes of Billy
Like,
Smiley's cul-de-sac
yeah.
you could have tuned
I do need an infinite water source, like forever. Like I do have water, check. I don't know. Oh yeah, I have stuff here. Yeah. Alright. Alright, I have a plan. I have to plan to get as much villagers as possible, like ever. Okay, okay, bruh.
He wrapped his hands around the handle, slow and deliberately, and then made his way back towards the little girl on the couch. On the television, Billy Smiley was still lecturing the puppets about the dangers of taking rides with people they didn't know. The time might come when a stranger does convince you to get in his car, continued the bald man in his friendly voice. And if that does happen, he might try to take you somewhere super far from your home.
Yeah, it's only 2 seconds. It's not copyright. Alright, fuck you.
Maria was sucked into the program. She didn't seem to notice him. That was for the best. He was squeezing the handle of the hammer so tight now that his veins were bulging from his forearm.
We gotta do it
Fire
tomorrow,
inside
guys.
him has grown into a massive inferno that soon he'd be able
I
to
think I can
extinguish.
craft some.
With a swing of the hammer, he would douse
Stone
the
hole.
flames until there were nothing but a pile of smoldering
Alright.
embers. He rise up again eventually. Phoenix reborn, but
This is the biggest
for a
one.
little while at least, he'd have some peace. The bald man with the TV narrowed his eyes and looked straight at the camera. Now if you find yourself frightened, listen carefully, Maria. His jaw went slack. He almost dropped the hammer when he heard that. Maria? Had Billy Smiley just spoken directly to the little girl on his couch? The muscles on his neck tensed at the thought of it.
Okay.
The name of a puppet or something. Or maybe he hadn't heard anything at all. His nerves were getting the best of him, and his
Technoblade never dies.
And those flames were licking away at his brain.
Technoblade never dies.
Warping
Yeah, I think they're
reality into
stuck
some kind
here.
of
I don't know.
bizarre fantasy land.
Damn.
Just swing the hammer. That's all he needed to
Do
do.
you make
Just swing the
babies
hammer,
here?
the fire will be
What
gone,
the
and everything will
heck?
make sense again.
Oh, that's why they're cows here, bro. Like, they're fucking cows.
Shot a glance at the little girl. She wasn't reacting
Technoblade.
as if she hadn't heard anything odd. Maria was staring at the TV the same way all kids do when they're engrossed in their shows. So he turned his attention back to Billy. If you're ever with a
Technoblade
stranger
never
and want to
dies.
go home, all you
Technoblade never
just
dies.
like this. Smiley cupped his hands over his face to
Yes. Alright,
Keep
this
them
is
shut
Technoblade,
tight
alright.
now. No peeking.
Probably I get it. Probably get a name card or a village. I don't know. Right. Do it right. Yeah.
The puppets all covered their eyes with their furry little paws, just like Billy. What kind of advice was that? No wonder the show had been canceled. There's no way television executives would let a show stay on the air if it was giving kids terrible tips like that. Whatever channel he had turned into must not have screened the episodes before they bought the rights to the show. Glanced back to Maria and found her covering her eyes with her hands too. She was scared. Doing that alleviated his nerves a little. He didn't like losing control of the situation. It was nice to be reminded.
Hey, I gotta get my food here. Hold on.
Oh my.
Food.
Smiley said. He covered his eyes and stood up
You
from the
need to
chair.
stack my
The camera
food
followed
for
him
a
as he stepped
minute.
gingerly around the puppet
Yes,
and made his way over
indeed.
to a window. It looks like we have a visitor to the cul-de-sac. The camera cut to a shot of the window, and a sight on his TV caused his knees to buckle. He had seen the neighborhood on the show before as a kid, when every now and then Billy Smiley would greet different characters in the front yard of his home. It was always bright and sunny on the cul-de-sac. The cozy roundabout, always lined with nice little homes that had neat trimmed lawns,
Alright then, let's go.
white picket fences, and pastel mailboxes.
Oh,
A slice
Jesus,
of
man.
Americana he'd often fantasized about
Yeah.
living in when he was young. But the children didn't tease him. His father didn't wake up on those nights down too much Jameson.
Alright, 13 will be enough.
Something different about the
Alright.
cul-de-sac this time, though. Something wrong, something terrible. And the sight of it made his stomach rise in his throat. Parked on the street outside Billy Smiley's home was a large RV. It was too modern for any 80s TV show. Even worse, it was an RV he recognized. How could he not? It was the very same one he was standing in. His eyes darted over to Maria, who was still covering hers with her hands, then back to the RV on the television that looked exactly like his. No, it didn't look like it. It was his. But how was it possible that he was looking at it on TV right now? Was it some kind of gag? Was he on some sort of...
Let me go for nighttime. If there's nighttime here, then I gotta trap the villagers, man. I don't know. Like, when it's nighttime, bro?
Let's go out and greet the visitor, shall we?
Well, I think it's enough villagers. Actually, not. Just use enough villagers.
He was positive that
Right.
the man on his TV was no imposter.
No, I
That
think it's
wasn't
enough
Billy Smiley, for
villagers.
sure of it.
I don't
How
know.
could he look exactly the same?
I gotta do it faster. I gotta do it faster.
He rushed to the window,
Okay, please,
desperate
move.
to see the dim city streets.
I
The
put it there
street
for no
walk,
damn
the
reason, bro. I don't know.
anything that will allow him to regain his grip on reality. A homeless man, a stray dog, a deserted car, street light, an empty storefront, a trash pile, anything. But none of that was there when he cracked the shutters. Instead, he was met with sunrise.
Alright
green
then.
grass, pastel mailboxes, and immaculate little homes with white picket fences. But he was a child. Such a sight might have comforted him, but now only terror surged through his body. He didn't understand how or why he was there. There was no denying the fact that somehow he was parked on Billy Smiley's cul-de-sac. The door of one of the houses opened, and he couldn't believe his eyes as the man he used to watch on TV as a child strode out onto the front step and started down the walkway towards the RV. He slammed the shutters closed and then fumbled backwards, collapsing down into the couch. The camera on the TV hadn't kept on the window's vantage point on the screen. We could see Billy strolling towards him. Maria was still sitting quietly beside him, hands covering her face. "Did you know about this?" he asked her. No answer. Maria might as well have been a statue. Was she causing all this to happen? Maybe if I crack her skull open, it'll go away. Unless it isn't her doing this. Maybe it's the show, or a ghost, or something extra-dimensional that I don't understand. But all he had was a hammer, and none of the other possibilities could have been fixed with the swing of it. So he stood up from the couch and raised his arm over his head.
You guys trapped here, guys. You're trapped.
And if that didn't
Indeed.
make the crazy end,
So I gotta take your jobs away, and I just guess I don't know.
despite his new
my.
surroundings, still burning him up inside. If nothing else, he'd be able to think straight after.
I wanna place this side. This side is gonna be a.
3 knocks at the door of his RV,
Hey,
frozen
I don't
in
need
his
dirt
tracks.
right now.
He turned
Do you have
to the
dirt right
TV
now?
where he could see Billy waiting for him to answer.
Yeah, a few dirts. Wow.
The thin, bald
I do need
man
to
walking
make
back and
infinite
forth
water
with his
source,
hands in his pockets and whistling to
I
himself.
need. Do you need an infinite water source? Whatever.
He stood petrified as he watched.
Indeed,
Hammer still
put it
poised
here.
above his head, afraid to even breathe.
Like, I'm using my shit down the
Smiley
way.
hear him. Maybe then Billy would give up and go away. Maybe he let him go about his business like nothing happened. If he
I got,
simply didn't respond.
gotta take weird jobs away,
His
boys.
prayers would not be answered, though.
Yeah,
A few seconds later, a smooth,
could be easy, I don't know.
placid voice rose up from the other side of the door.
Water
How's it going, neighbor?
source.
I'd like to welcome you to the cul-de-sac.
Alright. There's the infinite water source right now.
Racked his brain trying to think of
Yeah.
what to say in response.
Get some dirt. Dude, I'm gonna need dirt right now.
He was terrible at thinking on his feet.
If
Why
you
he'd always
would,
been so
and
thorough
if
when
you
it came to
would,
planning,
yes.
but now,
And we don't have dirt,
how was he
so
supposed
fuck my
to plan
life.
for this? Go away. I'm sick. He dropped his head and buried his face in his hands. Is that the best he can come up with? Oh no, cooed the friendly voice. Why don't you come outside? I'll call you a doctor. Wouldn't want you to suffer after all. Another idea came to him. He could always try doing to Smiley what he was planning on doing to Maria. Couldn't be that hard, right? Just swing the door open, bring the hammer down on his bald head before the guy knew what hit him. He opened his mouth to reply, but when he looked back at the TV, only a small shriek came out. The puppets had collected outside the RV and were bouncing up and down while pawing at the walls. He leaned closer to the television to get a better look. They were bigger than before, maybe twice the size, and they moved like a pack of vicious, feral animals. He crept over to the window and opened the
I gotta
shutters.
make sure,
Nothing
actually, they don't go, actually, they don't. Can you move? Can you fucking move right now?
Beady
Alright.
eyes are now wild and ravenous. Their noses hung off their faces like bulbous blue tumors in their mouths. Who are those?
You don't leave, boy.
Creatures leapt towards
You
the
don't
window,
leave,
watching
boy.
him, and snapped at him like a
I don't want
piranha
you to
with a
leave,
mouthful of
boy.
fangs. Hundreds of them each,
Only
as
second.
long as his middle finger. He fell backward on his ass and glanced up to see things slamming their paws against the glass so hard that he was sure it would break. He thought his mind might break too, but before he had a chance to register the insanity that was staring at him straight in his face, Smiley called out again, and the puppets sloped away. Come outside if you're sick, neighbor. We wouldn't want you to pass that bug on anyone else in that lovely camper with you, would we? Of course, we knew about Maria. That had to be what this was about. Was Smiley aware of the other girls as well? Was this some sort of reckoning? But it wasn't his fault. He was
Build
hurrying up
tunnel,
alongside
yes
those girls
indeed.
to help him heal.
Okay, we have enough. We have enough
Stopped
dirt,
hearing his
actually.
mother screeching in
Yeah,
his
we have
head.
enough
The
dirt.
only way he could forget about what his father did to him, the only way to feel in control. Did Smiley know about that too? Why didn't he care about him and his pain? Maria still hadn't moved.
I want some villager, bro. Last time I waste my time, bro. I don't know why.
Smash her face with the
Alright,
hammer.
whatever.
If he was going to go out, at least he was going to get what he came for. But no. There were more pressing issues now. He had to figure out how to get away from the cul-de-sac. There was no way that he'd be able to make a run for it. Those things outside would chase him down the second he stepped outside. And who knew what they'd do to him? If only there was a way to outrun them. Of course! He was in an RV. Why not drive away? How had he not thought of that before? His head had been so jumbled, his insides so on fire, he hadn't even considered the simplest out. Hell, he could start the engine and make roadkill out of those furry things as he sped off. Billy, too, if he was standing in the way. He had only taken a step or two towards the driver's seat when he felt the back of the RV suddenly drop. His eyes shut back to the TV in time to see the puppet things bouncing up and down around his rear tires. The purple bastards had taken out both wheels. They bounced their way to the other side of the RV and began swarming around the front tires. A moment later, he heard two loud pops, and the front of the vehicle sunk as well. From outside the RV, he could hear Smiley speaking again. Looks like you're having car trouble, neighbor. Come on outside. My pals can help you change your tires. The creatures began shrieking.
Okay, I want to take your jobs away, but I'm gonna take your jobs away, boys.
Was that laughter?
I take your job. I take your job. You take your job. And no more job. Yes, indeed. And boom, boom. No more fucking that one, bro.
Please, he begged, just go away. He sprinted to the door and pressed his face up against it. I'm never coming out here. Go away. Take those things you have with you and go. His shrieking subsided. And for a moment, there was only silence. He pressed his ear to the door, hoping against all hope that Smiley and the creatures would listen to his pleas and leave. And then, That familiar, friendly voice spoke through the hush. But if you don't come out, then we'll have to come in, Smiley said. Only this time his voice wasn't gentle or placid. It rumbled with such authority that he could feel it in his bones. A thunderous bang resonated from the other side of the door, and he jumped back. A second later, there was another one, followed by two more. Did you really think the locks would keep us out? The voice was so loud, he checked his ears to see if they were bleeding. Something smashed against the side window, and he could see it through the shutters. The glass had cracked. Another bang on the door, and this time it began to buckle. The whole RV was shaking around him. We were just being polite, neighbor. Because asking permission is the polite thing to do. But don't get it wrong. We weren't going to take no for an answer. The door buckled under another powerful blow, and two of the windows shattered, raining glass down on the floor. All that was keeping the creature out now was flimsy wood shutters, and they were about to give it any moment. You've been a bad boy, haven't you? Said Billy. This time when he spoke, it was as if the entire world quaked. You've been a bad boy, and when you're a bad boy, you need to be punished. More windows blew open. The glass littered the floor of the RV. The shutters crumbled to pieces and fell to the ground. He could see the creature's gnarled features peering back at him. There was no barricade between them now.
You think villagers are out here, bro?
One by one,
Okay.
across the ceiling and walls. A final powerful bang on the door caused it to crunch and fall off the hinges. Standing in the entrance now was Billy Smiley. There was nothing friendly about his smile anymore. It was twisted like the branch of an old willow, and it deformed his
Okay, chill, boy.
Hey,
chill.
The puppet things were
Hey, chill,
slinking
boy.
closer. Most of them had filed inside by now, and he caught a glimpse of Maria out of the corner of his eye and made a break for her. Maybe he could take her hostage and negotiate his way out of this mess. Maybe if he could reach her, he could.
Okay, I don't know what's wrong with me, bro.
Billy and the other things had taken away from him. He sprung towards her, but the creatures were faster. Two of them caught up to him before he could even get to the sofa, wrestled him to the ground, and sunk their needle teeth into his leg. He screamed, both in terror and agony, as they began dragging him towards the door, where the strange bald man with a twisted smile was waiting. He swung at one with his hammer, but it smacked it away with its paw, then bit down on his arm, sinking its teeth so deep into it he could feel the muscles tearing. "Help!" he shouted. "Help, Maria! Help!" The young girl didn't respond, though. Instead, she continued to sit quietly and unmoving, her hands covering her eyes, just like Billy said. She wouldn't peek, not even while he screamed her name. When the things began gnawing on his entrails, she wouldn't peek. Not when they started chewing the lips off his face and biting out his tongue. She wouldn't even peep when Billy doused what was left of his body in gasoline and burned it down to nothing but a pile of smoky ashes in the middle of the street. She wouldn't peep. Not even just a little. I didn't even know I had an older brother until he showed up outside my school that afternoon.
Oh yeah, older brother. It's like a vampire, right?
I was a sophomore. My little sister Paige was a freshman. The original plan that day was to hitch a ride to a friend's house. They'll probably team up and knock out our homework as quickly as possible. The plan changed when we exited the building and someone called my name. "Barker! Hey, Barker!" And my attention was immediately grabbed. I glanced around for anyone familiar. All I saw was a guy in his late 20s leaning against a fancy car parked in the street. He smiled and waved me over. "Parker, over here." Double checking to make sure there was no more Parkers in the immediate range, I decided to at least meander over. Paige was practically clinging to my backpack as we walked over. She was a little shy, and I was expecting any second for the stranger to look away and find that other mystery Parker. But he didn't. He lit up and looked right into my eyes as he walked up to him. "Wow, Parker, you're gonna get taller than me, aren't you?" I frowned and made sure to take a sidestep in front of Paige, just to put myself between the stranger and my sister. "Can I help you?" I asked. He looked a bit sad for a moment before he sighed and nodded. "Yeah, I guess you wouldn't remember me. You're only 2, and Paige here." He stood on tiptoe to look at Paige. She was just a little baby. I must have looked super confused because Paul reached for his wallet and pulled out a photograph. "I'm Paul. I'm your brother, he said, handing me the photo. It was so jarring. There was my mom and dad. I was standing in front of Dad with a big old smile on my little toddler face. Mom was holding Paige. And there was a boy standing between my parents, about 13 or 14 years old, with the same blonde hair that both me and Paige had, and a grin on his freckled face. I'd never seen this photo before, but it was real, and in my face, and impossible to deny. I looked back up at Paul, who was back to smiling. His freckles had faded away with age. His teeth were straighter and whiter, but he still had the same goofy smile. And I could just about tell that he had the same shape of our eyes, the same ears that stick out just a bit. But the resemblance was uncanny. Paul reached out and clapped his hand on my shoulder. We have a lot to talk about. Come on, you like McDonald's? Paige cleared her throat. We should probably just go home. Mom and Dad, they're gonna be at work until what, 5, 6? Paul glanced over my shoulder and looked at my, well, our apprehensive little sister. If they're still the workaholics I remember, they'll not be home for hours. It will only be a bit. I just want to catch up. Oh, bye. I should have known better. So should have Paige. But even if we did, we still got into the backseat of Paul's car. And he drove us to the McDonald's a few blocks away. Lunch that day had been pretty garbage, so getting a McDonald's treat was more than welcome. Paige tried to decline, saying that she wasn't that hungry. But he offered her an Oreo flurry, and like magic, her appetite came back. As we sat in a booth, I stopped inhaling my burger for a moment to confront that elephant in the room. Why didn't Mom and Dad ever tell us about you? Paul was not at all surprised by the question, but he answered with one of his own. You're a good kid, aren't you? Always home on time, straight A's, chores done without a single complaint. I mean, I have a B in algebra. I stopped myself before I nodded. I guess so. Paul glanced over at Paige. You too? He said. Paige also nodded, and Paul sighed, nodding of understanding. Yeah, that's about right. Nothing wrong with that, but I was a bit more high maintenance. I pushed my fries away and I leaned forward to listen. Paige, despite her apprehension, was looking with just as much interest as I was. I guess you could say I had issues. I mean, I was 14, but I was already getting myself into heaps of trouble. Paul drummed his fingers on the table. My grades were awful. Fist fights at school. I'd snuck out at night. I mean, once I got out of there, I figured out I wasn't like most kids. But one day, Mom and Dad just sent me away. Paige gasped quietly, her eyes going wide. They sent you away? Where? She asked. Tennessee. Friends of Dad lived down there. They took a weekend trip and dropped me off at the door with a suitcase and a note. Paul shrugged. I don't blame him. I mean, I was holy terror. Man. I was staying a bit. They never even mentioned me to you guys. I'm still family. Or at least I thought it was. The wave of sadness and disgust washed over me. Sad that I'd never gotten to know about Paul. Disgust that our parents just gave up on him like that. Most 14-year-olds go through phases of being difficult, right? It sounded like he just needed some therapy, some freaking support. And our parents just made him someone else's problem and erased him from our lives. Paige finally lowered her defenses, reaching across the table and resting her hand on his. Sorry, Paul, she said. Paul smiled, reaching across the table to ruffle her hair. Not your fault. Not yours either, Parker. You were just babies after all. But hey, I'm here now. Let's make up for lost time. Don't waste food. But if you want anything else, let me know. And feel free to ask me literally anything you want. I got nothing to hide. I didn't want anything else, but Paige did get an order of chicken nuggets. We munched. got to know each other, and got to know our older brother. After Paul left the house he was dumped at, he had traveled all over the States. He didn't want to go home without showing he was worth something, he said. He worked all sorts of jobs, waiter, mechanic, janitor, but it was his most recent job as a manager at a small store that he ran into his girlfriend.
Alright, we got our stuff, we got awesome, here we go. Yes indeed.
Do you guys know what a sugar mama is? Paige nearly choked as Paul handed us his phone. A picture of himself and a woman that was probably in her early 60s. Sure, she was pretty okay looking for her age, but damn, she was without a doubt older than our mother. That's Elaine, he said, pointing at the woman. Elaine lost her husband a few years before we met, in lung cancer.
Yeah, this is not for me, alright, this is for them. Yeah.
Cute company. He poked himself on the cheek. And I happen to be adorable. I couldn't stop from laughing as I picked up the phone to get a better look. Dude, our parents would kill you, I said. Listen, in life, you're up to your ears in debt until you die. You start off rich or you marry into a good life. I mean, Elaine and I aren't married. He laughed at the thought of that. But I could do whatever I want. And she wouldn't care. As long as I'm home.
Yeah, fuck my life, bro. Jesus Christ.
And ready for some snuggles. He gave a blind look at Paige, who scowled at the innuendo, but I just cracked up. True to his word, Paul did get us home before our parents. But once we all got out of the car, he tossed the keys to me. Registration's in the glove box. She's paid off, only a few hundred miles on her. You have your driver's license, right? I was too stunned to do anything but nod. Then you're set. Think of it as a present for all the birthdays I missed. See you soon, guys. With that, Paul just walked off in the direction of the nearest bus stop. Of course, our parents had quite a few questions when they came home, and all of them revolved around the car in the driveway that was easily worth over 50 grand. I just waited for them to get all their questions out at once before I looked at Paige, who crossed her arms and said what needed to be said. Paul came to visit. Their faces were enough to confirm once and for all that Paul was our brother. Mom's face went white and Dad staggered back, falling into his armchair to probably avoid fainting. Mom took a seat on the couch, taking several deep breaths. You found us? She asked. Found us? I repeated, that earlier disgust starting to boil up into rage. We moved after... My mom swallowed. You all right? He didn't hurt you? Hurt us? I snapped. Are you kidding me? Why did you never tell us about him? He's our brother. My dad cleared his throat. Half-brother, actually. He stared at our mother, who just looked at her hands. And you need to tell him to take the car back. When he comes back, give him back the damn car. I scoffed. No way! You can't afford to give me a car. If you want it gone, I'll just sell it and save the money for college. I said, why didn't you ever mention Paul? Mom's head was bowed in shame. Paige, Parker, Paul's not right. I didn't want to hear it. I just stormed out of the room. Paige right behind me. We heard all we needed to. Our parents abandoned a kid just because he wasn't good enough. And Paul was actually not so bad now. At least, we thought so, anyway. Paul showed up again the next day at school, not at home. This time he took us to his condo, which was just as nice as you'd expect from a man who'd just given away a luxury car. We had a Skype call with his girlfriend, and Elaine really was nice, if not a little eccentric.
Alright then. Hello.
Family, you're mine, she laughed quietly. So if you need anything, and I mean anything, just call me. I'll help you however I can. After the call, we ordered pizza and just spent the whole afternoon chilling out, playing video games, getting to know each other, and just getting to know Paul. He was competitive, but never a bad winner, just giving tips about how we could improve. He gifted Paige a brand new laptop, perfect for homework and for playing video games. I'll get you your own car when you get your license, he promised, ruffling her hair and then asking what movie we wanted to watch. When Paul dropped us off late that night, he didn't come into the house, but he did wave at our parents waiting at our front porch. My mom just looked ready to die of embarrassment while my dad, I guess, he looked so stern to hide any fear that he had. We didn't talk to him. We just went inside to go do our homework. It went like that for a few weeks. Mom and Dad would tell us to stop hanging out with Paul, but since he was always outside school at the end of the day, we just hopped in his car and took off for another fun afternoon. mini golf, arcades, wherever we wanted to go. You just plug it into a GPS and we'd spend an afternoon having fun. We even spent a whole Saturday at Six Flags. Paul has
Hello there.
picture and put
Alright,
it in an
you
even
guys
more
are so good.
overpriced
I don't know.
frame as a souvenir.
I'll probably get more. This is a
T-shirt
villager
animal
cave,
that was
guys.
almost as big as she was. Meanwhile, our parents were clearly upset, but we barely talked to them. I resolved that I hated them both for cutting Paul out of our lives, and I was going to do the same to them when I turned 18. God, the fact that they moved after they left him to be someone else's problems, we couldn't find them, it pissed me off. Page 2. Her theory was that Dad had given up on him so quick because Paul's not his kid. It was so tense at home, I wanted to spend even more time with Paul, so just to escape all that. And one of the final things we did was go out to a movie. But then we were all best friends, Hall, Paige, and I. We had so many expensive gifts, so many fun memories. We weren't even a little bit afraid of them. We'd gotten all the snacks that we could carry from the concession stand and settled into our seats when a handful of popcorn smacked into the back of my head. I turned around and intentionally groaned to see some unfathomably familiar faces. Paul glanced over to see the popcorn sticking out of my hair. More popcorn flew through the air, followed by some pointed snickering and loud whispers. "Ignore 'em," I said, pinching the bridge of my nose. "They're just some jerks from school." Paul's eyes widened. "You're getting bullied?" he asked quietly. I wouldn't call it that, especially since Evan is the principal's son. I glanced back at the group and glared at the middle one, who only proceeded to laugh and throw more popcorn. But they mess with me sometimes. It's fine. They just get bored sooner or later. I'd gotten a thicker skin from this sort of thing. I was already one of the tallest of my class, but I was also the quiet guy who didn't stick up for himself, so I was an easy target. Paul turned around. I swear it was the first time I saw that carefully placed mask on his face slip. The look in his eyes screamed murder.
Oh.
"Fuck off," he growled at the group behind us. Evan mockingly, "Ooh, what you gonna do?" he asked, smirking like he knew he was untouchable. Paul responded by getting up, starting to walk back the few rows where Evan and his goon squad were sitting. I don't know what they saw, but I think Evan realized that Paul wasn't going to just sit and take it like I was. He threw up his hands and repeatedly whispered apologies. Paul stopped at their row and leaned in close to the boys that looked ready to shit themselves. He whispered something I didn't hear, and I think Evan did actually piss his pants a little. Paul straightened up. I heard him mutter and enjoy the movie. And then, he returned to his seat. Back to being fun Big Brother Paul, just like that. At least I wasn't getting popcorn thrown at my head anymore, so I brushed aside any concerns I had. That night when Paul dropped us off, he didn't stick around long. He said he needed to call Elaine. She had left him a voicemail earlier about how much she missed him, and frankly, that's all I wanted to hear. This time my parents were waiting in the living room together. They've been going at it like cats and dogs for a few weeks now, constantly having whispered arguments. I think my mom was sleeping on the couch. Your mother has something she wants to say. Dad said. Mom just stared at her shoes for several painfully long moments before Dad added, "Or I'll say it, and I won't be as nice." Paige scowled. "What?" "You need to know the truth about Paul, so please sit down," Mom said, her voice barely above a mutter. I did take a seat across from him, but I probably looked as interested as I did during algebra. "What?" Mom looked like a woman defeated. "Like your father said, Paul is your half-brother, but that's not the whole story." She swallowed before she sat up straight and finally told us the whole story. "I met him at camp. I was a counselor. Your father and I were on a break." She glared at him while he just quietly scoffed. "After he cheated on me with his tutor at college. So, I was bitter. I was alone. I was empty. But Paul's father, he was charming. Different, but charming. After camp that year, I realized I was pregnant. Paul's father, we couldn't be together, so I just went back to
Yes.
his father, and I let him think that All was his.
Alright, that'll be today, and see you in the next one. Peace. Alright, I'm playing more Minecraft.
It was impossible to hide that. Dad shuddered.